صدق الله العظيم.
I'm pretty good. I woke up a little bit late today because I came from San Francisco 2 days ago, so I still have a jet lag. Normally I wake up very early. It's a thriller set in a religious institution in Egypt. It's about young student who he's son of a fisherman, comes from a simple village, but has gotten a scholarship to study at this. It's the biggest institution in Sunni Islam, which is in Cairo. It's called Al-Azhar. And when he arrives to this university, the principal of the university, the Grand Imam, he dies. And the Grand Imam, or Sheikh Al-Azhar, he is equivalent to the Pope in Sunni Islam. So this council of scholars get together to elect a new imam, a new Grand Imam. And of course, state security wants to try to control this election, but they have no one on the inside. So they decide to infiltrate the university through this young student. So they recruit him as a spy. So I think every society has this relationship between hearts and minds, basically, of its people. And in Egypt, because Egypt is a country that's very, very old. I mean, this relationship between the pharaoh and the priest have been going on since long before we counted time here, you know? So you could say that Egypt is the black belt of this kind of conflict. So it's not really a critique, it's more an exploration of it. But of course, I mean, the Egyptian government will not agree with this. In Cannes, you know, it was a big discussion. So first it was attacked by some assholes that had, you know, because, you know, there are people that are trying to kiss up to the president, and they are trying to, you know, show how loyal they are by attacking it. But what was funny to me was that then when the film won a prize in Cannes, the government itself said, okay, this is a good opportunity to say that Egypt is great. So they start to say, oh, we are so proud of Tarik that have won this prize in Cannes. So these guys that had attacked the film had to sort of change what they had said. The thing is, it's really difficult to make films. I mean, a lot of times, especially film students, a lot of times they criticize films, you know. Every time when you're in a film school, they're like, yeah, I didn't like Scorsese's last film. I thought it was, you know, da-da-da. And I'm like, you know, it's really difficult even to make a bad film. It's really difficult. I go up very early, normally in the morning, and then I leave my children at kindergarten, and then I go to the gym for an hour, and then I sit down and I write for 4 hours. And that is the creative process. When I direct a film, it's not so creative, it's much more logistic. I have like a military discipline in my life, and I enjoy that. It's not, I think rules are humans' best friend. Yeah, one of the best advices I've gotten is the person that goes out to the field first picks up the most beautiful flowers. And meaning that go to a place where no one else have been. And what's interesting with this film in particular is that the conversation continues. I felt like even yesterday, when I show it here in Ghent, I walked out the cinema and I felt like it means something else here. It means something specific here. It meant something else in San Francisco. It meant something else in LA. It meant something else in Paris, depending on the place you are in. So one of the great things with film is that the story the person who watched the film tells themselves a story as they're watching the film, because you bring your own experience to it. Yesterday I had a conversation with a group of young people afterwards, some with Muslim background, who came to me afterwards and wanted to talk, and I realized that in Belgium today, if you're a Muslim background, you are under attack. Okay, you feel like everyone is critical to you. That I understand that experience. I felt that too, living in Sweden and so on. But I'm 50 years old, and today I don't believe in defending myself. I believe that if you have prejudice against me, it's your problem, not mine. And so I tried to tell them, because they were like, I think the film is critical to Islam. I said, it's not critical, it's neutral. Learn the rules before you break them, because a lot of times young filmmakers, they tend to want to revolutionize. I'm going to do something that has never been done before. But in order to do that, you have to know the rules. Otherwise, you don't even know when you're breaking them or not. That's one thing. The other tip I have is to try to tell it as if you're telling a friend. Don't imagine some, far away audience. Try to imagine it as if you're telling your friend a story that has happened. I think that